Shopify. This is a stock I'm up about 34% on right now. I own shares in the Patreon portfolio, which, by the way, this Patreon portfolio, you can support the channel. Check out the description area if you want to join in there. And you get to see all the moves I make in there, all the stocks I'm buying and selling in the Patreon portfolio. If you want to be part of that, it's like $19. It's a no-brainer to be part of that. And Shopify is one of the stocks I own in there. I'm up 34% on the shares. These earnings, oh man, I got to say, pretty impressive. Subscription solutions was up substantially year over year to $444 million in this latest quarter from $366. And remember, we just went through a goods recession that I believe we're coming out of now at this point in time. So all these numbers you're seeing from Shopify, if anything, they're going to get a lot better over the next several quarters. Okay, that's where things get really fun. Merchant Solutions, $1.25 billion in this latest quarter versus $929 at this time last year. They did almost $1.7 billion of revenues versus a little less than $1.3 billion at this time last year. Gross profit came in at $835 million versus $656 at this point last year, right? Sales and marketing, they kept that in check. R&D, they were spending a fortune on R&D. Now, I don't think I should doubt Toby. He's been an amazing CEO of the company, but damn, they better have some really freaking exciting products coming over this next few years. That's all I got to say, because they are spending an absolute fortune on R&D. This is no small amount, and that's no small increase. That's a substantial increase. So I don't know what Toby's got going on and the management team has going on, but they better have some damn exciting stuff coming over this next few years. That's all I got to say about that, because they've spent a fortune, okay? No, it looks like some huge loss. It's not like that, okay? Look, they have an impairment on sales of Shopify's logistics business that was kind of like a one-off type thing of $1.3 billion there. So it obviously made the net loss look huge. Things are in a far better place than it looks on paper there, okay? Now, in terms of Shopify, stock's not doing too much after hours. It's slightly red. There's another one because of the revenue growth here and what the long-term profitability of Shopify's business model will likely be, especially now that they're getting this business back to an asset-light strategy. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes green tomorrow. We'll see how it shakes out, and a lot's going to depend upon, what the vibes are of the market tomorrow, but I wouldn't be surprised if it actually turns green. Obviously, the stock looks like it trades extremely rich, but this is a company at infant stage profitability when we talk about, what they should be putting up for, EPS numbers over this next couple of years. So Shopify, great company, great revenue growth, and honestly, they should see accelerating numbers in terms of top line and bottom line over the next many years, honestly, many, many years.
So obviously Tesla is not doing what the rest of the stocks are doing in the market today. Pretty good day in the market overall. Of my top 5 stocks in the public count, Tesla's the only one that's Red Dead Redemption here today. So what's going on? Well, if we go to their investor relations page, you see this little SEC filing here today, right? This 8K. And I wish there was a better system that could kind of alert people to, when it's a little news story and a big news story, because this one is absolutely monumentally massive. As of August 4th, 2023, Tesla appointed this gentleman, we'll call him Tan Man, as a CFO, in addition to current role as Chief Accounting Officer. Jeez. That's a real job right there. You think your job's hard? You think your job's hard? Try being the CFO and the Chief Accounting Officer of Tesla, my Tesla. Now that's a job. You couldn't pay me enough for that dang job. That's all I got to say about that. I don't care how much the money is. That's no way. Okay, that's a little too stressful for my standards. Okay. To succeed Zachary Kirkhorn. Mr. Kirkhorn stepped down as of August 4th. Okay. After a 13-year tenure with the company, the last 4 years of which he has served as Master of Coin and a Chief Financial Officer. Oh, the names. During his tenure, Tesla has seen tremendous expansion and growth. Tesla thanks Mr. Kirkhorn for his significant contributions. Mr. Kirkhorn will continue to serve Tesla through the end of the year to support a seamless transition. Okay. The problem with this statement, okay, is a huge problem with this statement. I mean, an absolutely monumentally massive problem with this statement. We don't really know why Mr. Kirkhorn is all of a sudden stepping down. We have no clue, okay? We don't know if it could be for many different reasons, right? And so we don't really know why this is. And so this creates, and it's not like we had a heads up on this where, he was like, oh yeah, I'm considering maybe leaving the company. I'm considering maybe retirement or something. We had no heads up, and just all of a sudden, he's going to be leaving the company, right? there's somewhat good news here, right? That he's going to, at least it looks like whatever's going on there isn't such an ugly situation that he's just like dipping on the whole company in general. It looks like he's going to support a seamless transition, as they say here. So that's kind of good. But at the end of the day, whenever a CFO leaves any company, it's a it's a suspect situation. It freaks a lot of investors out. It freaks a lot of people out, because especially when it comes out of nowhere and you don't really have a reason to why this individual's doing it, people start to run to a lot of different things, right? A lot of different thoughts, and we have to consider these, right? We have to consider all these different possibilities, right? On, maybe it's just an innocent, he doesn't want to do it anymore. He wants to go lay on a beach somewhere, so he's dipping out of the company and saying peace out. But we don't know, right? And so it creates a kind of a suspect situation. So as an investor of the company, whenever I see something like this, I have to run through different scenarios. I have to run through, okay, this could be a potential why they left, or this could be a potential, just so you're kind of aware of the potentials here, right? And I think there's a few outcomes that could be, right? One outcome is just he doesn't want to do the job anymore, and so he's like, I just want to go lay on a beach, or I want to go work for another company. Now, I don't know if he really wants to go work for another company. Like, it's not really like a role that's going to be superior to this. Like, you're the CFO of Tesla. Like, there's not much out there that's better than that, okay? So when I look at it from that standpoint, I don't know if I'm so convinced. Maybe he's going to go be the PayPal new CEO or something like that. I don't know. I doubt that. But, okay, so maybe there's the innocent side, right? If he just doesn't want to do it anymore, right? There's also maybe ulterior motives that may be a little darker, right? As somebody that's tracked Elon Musk for a decade plus, as somebody that's owned Tesla stock, I can tell you Tesla's not Elon Musk's number one focus. It's not. Now, on a positive side, right, if we're going to look on more of an innocent side of why he left, the man's been at this company pretty much in his whole public life, literally his whole public life, right? Any options this man has gotten over the years, I mean, he's got to be filthy rich, the CFO, right? I mean, even in lower roles, and I'm sure as he climbed the ranks over the year, you usually get Tesla options. I know a lot of people that just worked very basic roles at Tesla over the years, and I've known these people and they became millionaires, multimillionaires, because they stacked, all these options up over time, and then they, would get those to vest over time and get Tesla shares, and that was a big portion of their compensation. And Tesla stock has went up so much over the years that I know probably at least 5 people. I probably know at least 5 people that are multi-millionaires from Tesla and never worked an executive role for Tesla. They just got crazy rich off the stock going up so much over time, and their options and shares that they had in Tesla becoming worth so much over the years. And none of these people were executives. They were just basic roles. Like, one person was in logistics for Tesla, I knew. Another person was an engineer, I knew. We could call it. Another person was, we'll just call it a few other random roles. One was even in kind of like mechanic type work, or whatever you want to call it, service. We can call it in the service area. These people got filthy rich. And so imagine somebody like Zach, that maybe worked higher roles in those individuals. He must have made a fortune. He's got to be worth a pretty penny. We can call it that, right? So from the positive side, we can say he's probably just filthy rich and just like it's enough for him at this point in time, right? Then we can go ahead and we can flip it and we can look at it this a negative way, right? Maybe he believes that Tesla stock is going to be in for a tough next few years. This man sees every number coming in for this company across the board on a daily basis. With him looking out and seeing interest rates the way they are, with him knowing the decision that Elon Musk, just wants to take margin, and with the potential of the economy, if that was to roll over at some point in time in 2024, right? Maybe he's just looking at it as an opportunity to get out now, cash out all his shares, and diversify his funds around, right? If he's in a situation where he believes Tesla stock is going to be in a tough place for the next several years. Because I can tell you, you can't go sell all your shares as a Tesla CFO. You can't do that. It's going to look like a PR nightmare if the CFO of Tesla all of a sudden is dumping his portfolio of Tesla shares as an active CFO of the company. It's a disaster zone. You can't do that. So if you were to believe that Tesla's stock price will be in a tough time for the next few years and you want to dump your shares, you've got to step down from your role and you got to go ahead and make that financial decision, right? And so that's another potential, a possibility of what's going on there, right? So whenever you're going to see a CEO or a CFO of a company you own step down, or one you're thinking about owning, you've got to take into account all these potentials of, well, it could be for this reason, especially if you don't have a reason. The best transitions or CFOs or CEOs stepping down from companies are the ones in which they announce ahead of time, like, I'm going to retire. This is why I'm doing it. I want to retire. Or, they accepted a new role at another company, which is perfectly fine. CFO wants to become a CEO, and so they accepted a new role at a company. That makes sense. You're kind of like, oh, I could see they wanted to step up. The scariest ones are the ones we just got right here, where we don't really have any intel on what Zach's up to, where his mindset at, why he's doing this, why he wants to do this. And so something like that, when you see an SEC filing like that, it can definitely be a little scary. Now, in regards to me personally, with Tesla stock, the news today doesn't make me go out and sell the stock. It also doesn't make me go out and buy the stock. This is just kind of a hold situation for me in regards to Tesla, and that's just where I'm at currently in regards to Tesla. Obviously the company has a very exciting thing going for them. Cybertrucks are going to ramp up next year, which is very, very exciting. It's a huge moment for the company. On the flip side, they got a very bad thing going for them right now, which is called interest rates. And how hard it is to get auto loans has gone up immensely over the past 12 to 18 months. And the interest rates you have to pay if you're going to take out a loan now at this point in time is extremely high. And so that makes it a very tough dynamic for Tesla in the short term. Eventually that will subside, but it's not right now, right? Maybe at 2024 at some point, but also do keep in mind, usually if the Fed's to lower rates, they're usually doing it because things are starting to break or the economy's starting to get bad, unemployment's starting to climb. In a recession wouldn't necessarily be a great thing for Tesla in the short term either, right? Could benefit them long term. Maybe some of their competitors go under and things like that, if we want to even call them competitors. But in the short term, it's not a good thing, obviously, right? So Tesla's a kind of a mixed bag story in the next 6 to 12 months. Okay,